Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is our first video. Maybe we'll have some more out. This is JOCK and my two foreign exchange students. My past foreign exchange student, Patrik, and
What's up?
my
What's
current
up?
foreign exchange student, Thor.
What's
Um,
up?
we're just we're a family. Uh, these two are brothers now. Patrik being the older brother now. Uh, but we thought it'd be cool to get together and chat. Um, you know, Patrik, you've been gone. You've been back home. How's that been?
But
Is it
it's been weird because
yeah,
I when I went to America, it was I got used to like things happening every day, and when I got home, everything was the same, and it was just like dead. I don't know how to explain it. It was a weird feeling.
for
Everybody
sure.
looked the same. Everybody acted the same. It was boring, I would say. And I feel
And no
like I've
talk
been like a whole journey.
yeah, and no Taco Bell.
And no Taco
Yeah, that's a
Bell.
big problem.
Not a lot of fast food here. Only McDonald's, which I eat like once every 2 months or something. So it's been pretty depressing time.
But I mean you're planning on coming back and visiting
Obviously,
and
yeah.
stuff. Um so what do you think you're missing the most? Uh
Honestly, just like everybody, like the people, like my family there, and like all my friends, which I miss talking to. And even though I would joke about like the fast food things, I miss it, but I don't miss it as much as like family and friends.
yeah, for sure. I don't know. Thor really likes Taco Bell, so
Yeah.
that might be
I
number
It's
might
so
just
two.
come
good though.
back to Taco Bell. I'm coming back and applying for a job.
Taco Bell.
Full-time Taco Bell employment. Yeah.
As long as there's discounts.
Yeah. There better be discounts.
Thor, what's your favorite thing here in America so far? I mean, like I know there's a lot, right? Obviously, but
Besides Taco Bell or
besides Taco Bell, yeah.
I mean, uh probably the family because everybody's just been so nice and welcoming and it's feels like a family. Like
Yeah.
it's just been great with the family all over. I bet Patrick feels the same. That it didn't take long to like feel welcome and feel like
Yeah,
you belonged.
I felt the same way. Like I love that you were like the wrestling coach because then you could like introduce me to all these people, which introduced me to other people, which made me like so welcoming, and I felt very happy being there with
Yeah, it was really
everybody
like
talking to me, and I remember I like walked through the hallways and people everybody gave me like fist bumps and stuff. It was cool.
yeah. I
Were
mean, it
you
really
gonna say
helped
something?
out on first day because it didn't feel like a first day because you already knew people. Because
Yeah.
I mean, Jock set you up. He was like the wingman to friendships before you even got here.
And the girls as
So I
well.
mean, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a benefit that I have over the other exchange student parents here. Um, but yeah, I mean, maybe some like Olivia and Brody, they host with a different place, not with the EF, but
Hmm.
with her being cheer coach, she might uh, have connections, with Snapchat and stuff like that. It definitely
Yeah.
helps. We Patrick was getting here, and they sent out an email, and I didn't read until like the day of, and they're like, "So when they first get here, don't do anything crazy." And we had like a whole party planned, and we got home from the airport and literally walked. He walked down to mom and dad's house, and like my whole family was there, and then like half the football and wrestling team was there. So we didn't do that with Thor. We did have friends and stuff over, but
yeah,
that's a lot, and I really didn't think about it. And we kind of just threw Patrick into the fire there. Uh,
But it was
but
fun though.
get off the airplane and there's 60 people there meeting you. It's a lot. It's a lot. We're definitely learning as like parents, exchange parents and stuff. Uh,
Mhm.
you know, it's weird because like if I was your guys' real dad, like I wouldn't care as much like what you went out and did. But you guys, Patrick knows, Thor knows, we got some strict rules here, and it's not worth you guys going back home too early. So you guys
yeah,
don't
Yeah,
get to do as much as like everybody else can go around and be silly and do dumb stuff. So uh, both I think both you guys have your kids, and you both had your own ways of trying to push that, and I think I handle it better now than when I did with Patrick, but I
What did
can.
you say?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just like that day you got in trouble. You
Yeah.
didn't get in trouble, but you could have gotten in trouble. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I chewed your butt out pretty bad. I think I scared the crap out of you too.
No, because I got used to it. I knew you were like that,
No, I
so
meant
I
like
was fine with
when I
it.
was on the porch and you didn't see me.
Yeah, I was like,
But you know, now like I talk, so I've learned also, I guess, like when me and Thor had an issue, I think wasn't yelling at him. Wasn't in coach
yeah.
mode.
But you
So
learn.
yeah, I mean, you live to learn. Thor, what is something that you're going to take away from your time in Clinton, Indiana, when you go back home that you think you're going to,
Um, I mean, I've learned a lot from like a small town, like how sometimes some days you feel like there's more happening here than in Copenhagen, which is kind of crazy to think about because there's like I don't know how many. I think like 10 times, no more than that, like
probably more. Yeah.
50 times more people in Copenhagen or something like that, probably more even. But it still feels like there's more going on in a small town like Clinton some days. I mean, like the Little Italy festival, like we have stuff kind of like that, but it's smaller. Even though there's more people there, there's like less stuff to do. I think. I mean, I appreciate learning about small life too, because it's completely different than what I'm used to. Like I don't know, it's taught me a lot.
You have to slow down a little bit, in the days, I guess,
Yeah,
being small towns. So that definitely helps
And it's also just that everything is new, everybody's new. So like it feels
yeah,
like what is happening.
for sure.
yeah. Especially over the first weeks, it's like
Yeah.
a horror movie. It was scary all the time. You have to do so much new stuff. And just throw yourself out in situations you probably normally wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And um, just like when I took you both shooting, um, guns are not, uh, guns are evil in most countries. What have you guys thought about that? Like about the shooting, the guns, and everything.
Good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who
Yeah,
opened the question.
who's going?
You
Oh,
can go first.
I can go. All right. I mean, I love guns now. They're so much fun. I mean, you just gotta be taught right about them. Is what I see now. Like, I still think that um, I would say it's too easy to get guns, but I mean, there's still a lot of guns, and it's probably never going to be a thing where there will be no guns in the U.S. Especially there's already so many, so there's like no really point of trying to get them away.
And also like the bad people just have it anyway.
Yeah, uh, it's like I mean, I just think people have to be taught right, and then it's fine because people know a lot about guns over here, and I mean, I get why people say that. Uh, like if the government tried to do something, the U.S. citizens would just fight back because they know their stuff about guns. So I mean, I don't see it as a bad thing anymore. I mean, it's not a toy; it's a weapon. But if you know how to use it, it's not really that bad.
I agree. I also don't think everybody should be allowed to have it though, because people use it in a wrong way,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
obviously, which is not good. So therefore, there should be like, I think there should have been like some rules to it, but like if you wanted to use it badly, they would just get it anyway. So it's kind of hard to like find a good thing where good people have it
yeah,
and bad people don't have it. And yeah, but everybody should learn gun safety, like I did the first time. Before you even shoot it, just learn how to handle it and yeah, just don't go right away into shooting and like learn how to do like control it and handle it before you just start firing around and being an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, right? It's so like. I think most of this conversation like around the world is like you can just go buy a gun, and I went and bought ammo, and Thor was with me, and I said he knew I was of age. If you have to just be over 21, he knew I was over 21. But I was like, I want you to ID me to show him like you guys have to ID people. To get a gun, these bad people, they might not be bad when they get a gun. If they don't have a criminal record, they can get a gun, and
Hmm.
then do something with it. So, if you're a criminal, can't legally legally purchase a firearm. Um, you can get whatever you want though in America if you have enough money. So it really doesn't matter. But yeah, I think I took you both. I've taken you both shooting, and
Yeah.
Thor's definitely you're definitely more timid. I feel like your first time, but watching you now,
Yeah.
and I have videos watching him now shoot. He's got so much more confidence, and he's starting just to drill targets. Old tack driver, and
Hmm.
uh, then Patrick, his first time was with the gun instructor, so he got to learn and play with some really nice guns. Unfortunately, I don't have those kind of guns, but I'm working on it.
Working on, yeah.
What about sports?
Yeah, sports
Sports
there is
there.
way better than here, like 10 times better. People there actually do care about sports, and over here, like if you do a sport, it's not through school, it's through clubs, and only like parents go and watch it, and there's not always everybody do it either. Like, yeah, it's not very big here, but in America, it was such a huge community where everybody watches everything, which makes like a great community of people, and everybody cheer each other up, and it's so fun to like participate and try everything. There's also like 3 seasons over there, which where you can try different stuff. Whereas here, you like kind of have to choose one thing and then do that the whole time, or else it will be pretty hard. You can maybe do th two things, but then you have to like prioritize some things. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I really agree with like it's so nice that it's a school sport and not a club. Because I mean, I think especially as an exchange student, that's like the easiest way to make friends
I
and
agree.
get to know people. Because you get in first day. I mean, when I got over here, I didn't expect it to be like every day right after school. I expected it to be like maybe twice a week because that's what it is back home. Like it's not an everyday thing, and it's not with it's like the people from your school. So I mean, it definitely helped me make friends, and I mean, again, the community, the atmosphere at the games, it's just amazing to see that many people showing up. I remember we were at um, I think it was sectionals, and I heard some people from another school talking about like even though it's 2 hours away from where they were from or an hour or whatever, and they don't have kids anymore, they still go to see it. Like they have passion for the schools and the sports and how well the school perform.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. And then Thor, do you remember what you said after your first football game?
No,
It might have been I can't remember. I think it was the first home game. So I think it was our first game though.
yeah,
But for football this season, of course, fireworks, everything, and after a touchdown, and Thor said, "It's like a movie. Like it's like a movie you
yeah,
see, of high school sports here." And yeah, I mean that's the way it is. I know both of you wrestled. Wrestling's not as popular, for fans, but I love wrestling. I mean, football's awesome. Patrick got to play soccer while he's here, but
Yeah.
they didn't field the team this year. And with me being a coach, there's no JV soccer, so can't play soccer at all,
yeah,
anyways. So Thor got to play football. He was starting to get really good too, with like understanding and tackling.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It
but
definitely
yeah,
took some time to get used to
for sure.
playing
But
a completely new
you
sport.
both excelled in wrestling though.
Yeah,
Funny enough, like, and I don't feel like I forced you guys to wrestle, um, but it was just it was easy. Why don't you guys talk about wrestling? Because I know you both were. We'll have to have a wrestling match next time you guys are both here.
Yeah.
I've heard Patrick gained a shit. My
Huh?
bad. A lot of weight.
What did you say? Tell me again. Repeat it.
No, I heard Patrick gained a lot of weight, so he's gonna be above my weight class.
Okay, I can drop down.
Yeah, it'll be an open weight
No,
class.
no, he can't. Yeah, I'll go up a few weight classes.
You
All
probably
right.
will when you go back home
Yeah,
and here in the spring. But yeah, let's why don't you guys talk about your experience of wrestling?
Uh,
you can
yeah,
go first.
wrestling. Like it felt very natural for me to just jump into it since the whole family's or like a lot of people in the family loved it. You, Ron, and even John, which and Josh as well. And all of you guys helped me out very well, like learning stuff. Obviously, my first practice, I was just like thrown around kinda, and like I had no clue like what to do, like no technique, just trying to outmuscle people. And like after the first practice, I was like, holy, is this something for me at all? And then like I kept going into it, and after a while I was like, dang, it's pretty fun once you actually learn stuff, because it's way more fun to like beat people than get beaten by people, and throw people is so fun.
Yeah, for sure.
So it gives me so much joy to just hold down people. Yeah, I love it. And obviously I've taken this further and done it in Norway as well, which has given me a lot of like I've made a lot of friends right away at wrestling because they were like, "Damn, you know stuff." Which and yeah, I don't know what more to say, but it's given me a lot, and I also have a lot of more discipline now. As those of you that have done wrestling at South Vermilion knows that it's those practices are pretty hard sometimes, and yeah, because when I went to Norway and had some practices, they were like so much more easier than over there. We had like wrestling for like 2 minutes like we did there, but we didn't have like sprinting, push-ups, sit-ups, and all this in between. So I've got a lot of like discipline and like yeah, but just by doing wrestling over there, I'd say, which has helped me
Yeah,
a lot in a lot of stuff in life, such as school. Like even though school sucks and it's boring, I just learn like if I just get done with it, I can just relax and have a nice time after. Yeah, that's the
I
main reason.
mean, yeah, I remember when I found out I was coming over here and with the wrestling, I was like, wrestling coach. I was thinking to myself, is that a thing I'm gonna have to do? Uh, but then, I mean, I got over here, I experienced a few open matches, and I was like, this is fun. I mean, I like this. At first, I was confused and didn't have any technique, so didn't do very well, but I still had a good time. But then we did our first live wrestling. I remember after the live wrestling at the open mat, I went over to JOCK, and I mean, I can't repeat it exactly because I was cussing, but I said, this stuff is hard. Like, because I mean, we've done open mats, and it was like we got sweaty and stuff, but nothing compared to a real wrestling practice. And then we got into the first week, and I was like, "Am I gonna be able to do this?" But I just had to push through it, and then after some time, you got used to it, and it was just so much fun. And like Patrick said, you just got so much discipline. I learned so much about myself too. Um, I got closer with everybody in the family because we could talk about wrestling, especially because it's just such a big part of the Statler name and family. I mean, I wanna see if I can find some wrestling back home too, to keep doing it because I've had a great time with it. I was really sad when it ended, especially because I did really bad in my JV tournament, like really horrible, maybe the worst I've ever done. But there's not much to do about it now. I can look forward to when the practices start again here in a few weeks or in a week. And I mean, I love wrestling, and I wish it would like stay the entire year, but new season's got to come in. Other sports,
Could you
yeah,
imagine if we did wrestling practice all year? you guys would be ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could see like being wrestling practice all year, and then like doing season. We had meets, but like outside of season, it was just practices. I could. I feel like that should be a thing. I would have done that because then you would have become really, really good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm glad you both loved it. And Thor, I hope you can find something in Copenhagen. I know Patrick, it took him a little bit, but he found some gyms. So, you know, it's definitely going to go. It also gives you confidence and
Yeah, way more
kn-
confidence.
knowing
Yeah.
that. And I know there's not a lot of violence in either one of your countries, but like if somebody stepped and they wanted to fight you, you're not worried. You know what I mean? Like, you know, pick them up, put their butts on the ground. You know what I mean? It's good double leg, take care of that. Didn't that happen, Patrick?
Yeah. I had like a party with these friends, and yeah, the girl that we went to had like golf stuff outside her house, so we decided to play golf. And one of my friends told me I was really bad at this sport, which I didn't find fun at all. So I just picked him up and threw him on the ground.
And
And after that, he was like, "Huh?"
your grandpa over here is telling everybody about it. He was so proud that you're beating people up in fights in Norway.
That's lovely to hear. Well,
I mean,
also, uh-huh.
what would you guys like? And hopefully we can do some more of these. Would you guys quick message to somebody that wants to do EF exchange year? What would it be like? Um, because Indiana's not known. What would your like best like thing for Indiana you could tell them, or Clinton even?
Well, I would say don't care about the place, just rather try to get a good family, which is way more important. Because first, when I tried to go apply for America, I thought like down south was like the cool thing. But once I got like into my family and like I got to Indiana, I couldn't care less about what the place. The family and friends is what matters, and people there in this small community is everything to me. Like there's rather than having like a big school with like a lot of people that don't really know you, it's way worse than just having like a small community with everybody caring about you and welcoming you to everything. So yeah, I'd say like even though Indiana is probably not the most known place, especially not in Norway, you should not care about that at all. You should just go with it and rather try to get a good family, which is way more important. Yeah.
I mean, I think the exact same that even though Indiana is not known, I mean, it's just as good as anywhere else. Like, I mean, I found out I was going to Indiana, and I was like, oh, Indiana Jones. That's the only thing I knew. Because who knows Indiana before coming to the U.S. or I mean, it's like you might have heard of like Indianapolis, but it's not really a known state, and I don't think the state is that important. And we got offered to like pay extra to choose like where we wanted to go, and I'm so excited to not do that because then you got to put me with the family that would fit me the most instead of just giving me a half good family, but it was the right place. Because I think no matter where you go, if you're just with the right family, you'll have a good year. But if you try to force being somewhere else, it won't work out.
Yeah, and
Or maybe it will. But
I also
you
think
go.
that Indiana is a very good place to be as an exchange student as well, because you have almost everything that you have like all the fast food, you get the ultimate American experience, and there's so much freedom there, I feel like, and also very safe. Like I've like barely noticed anything like criminal over there when especially when I was there. So yeah, I don't know. I just loved it and like the freedom. Like just the first day I got there, like for those of you that know Kyle, just came up with like a golf cart and started driving that around, and I was like, what is this stuff? And
He's
people
got his
drive cars
license
like
now.
yeah, and people drive
Yeah,
cars like
sadly.
everywhere, and it's so weird. Because here it's like basically just on the road. People just like go around in the forest and drive, which is so fun to me. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle's been a very important part of both of your guys' exchange year. Um,
Yeah.
he's a character. He's gotten Thor in some trouble here lately. Beginning of year, being late to school,
Oh,
because he comes and picks him up and takes him to school. But yeah, Kyle with the license is different. So no, I love Kyle. He's a good kid. I'm glad he was here for both of you guys.
Yeah,
Even his
definitely.
old donkey.
he's a pretty. He's
Donkey.
a Kyle the donkey. Eeyore, eeyore.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But he
But
was
Every
like,
time I make that sound, I get beat up. Like, I don't know why. I'm just being a supportive friend.
yeah,
mhm. Yeah. Well, the
yeah,
reason he was such a big part of my exchange here was because like both of us did wrestling, and he helped me out a lot, and also we like had a lot of like same values, and like he took me to do all this stuff and was very welcoming to me, and like yeah, he did a lot for me to have a nice place to for a nice stay there.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna I'm gonna end like we got a couple minutes left. I just want to stir some crap between you two. Patrick, you were wearing a Notre Dame shirt, Notre Dame hat, right? Go Irish.
That's right, go Irish.
But how jealous are you that Thor got to go to a home game?
I'm pretty jealous. Well,
It was awesome. It was the best. It
that's
was the
good. That's good for you.
goodest.
That's good for you.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, it's not the good or gooder. It's the goodest.
it's the goodest.
It's the
Uh,
goodest.
I haven't experienced it yet, so I don't know if it's the goodest, but maybe
No,
one day
hopefully,
I'll go there.
yeah, hopefully, you guys can both come and visit at the same time. Um,
Yeah.
I know the older you get, it's gonna be harder. Like you have to get jobs and stuff, but it'd be cool to go to a football game. It'd be really cool if they play in Ireland every so often. It would be as
Hmm.
far for you guys, so we
Hmm.
all just meet in Ireland. It's
Hmm.
It'd be kind of dope.
Yeah.
I'll meet up in
Let
Ireland.
Brian go home.
Don't get me started on him. No, but like I said, hopefully, you guys can plan a visit together um, and all that. But no, I figured we could we could do a couple more of these if you guys want, because
For
you
Hmm.
can't
sure. Yeah.
explain your exchange year in 40 minutes. You know what I mean?
No,
So we could we could do some more, and you guys could go more in depth of like your time here, and you
for
know
sure.
help. It's like EF does a pretty good job, I feel like, but uh, you both are kind of told stuff that it's not what it happens here. When you're in your training, so um, and we can talk about curfews because I know Thor wasn't used to having a curfew, and
Yeah.
I feel like he's gotten used to it now, though, and
Definitely. I
goes to
mean,
bed a
but it
lot
just
earlier
takes
these
time.
days. For sure, for sure. All right, boys. Well, we're gonna get off here. I love both of you, and we'll talk again real soon.
Peace out,
See you guys.
ladies.
Love ya.
Yes.
Peace.